All right, welcome to a special yard work this week. And this is the game between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Miami Dolphins. It's the first quarter, 13:42 left. This is the very first play from scrimmage for Miami. And they're facing nickel, and we're going to let them get lined up here. Now I'll explain to you what the defense is doing. As they line up right here, they have this two deep look, right? And it's very simple. Since you have this 2-by-1 look and it is 11 personnel, these guys are going to communicate. All right, I got the outside, you got the inside guy. 1, 2. Normally, the safety's the one who's going to call this out, and the safety's going to stay over the top of this route combination. Okay? Very simple. But the Dolphins add a wrinkle, and it comes right here. As Jakeem goes into fast motion, we're going to stop it. And as Zeke comes into fast motion, as you can see, these safeties widen, and now it's a two-deep shell. And they're rather wide. And what the Dolphins are trying to accomplish right here is it looks like it's a four-man rush, and the Dolphins get the perfect play call for what the Raiders defense was running. They're in man up, two deep. This is max protect. They're going to do a play action to try to hold the linebackers because they're going to run Lynn Bowden up the seam. They're going to have Jakeem come in motion as he is, and he's going to take it up the sideline, and that should widen this safety a bit, as Mac Hollins is going to run a deep out. Now watch what this action right here does to their coverage. It completely opens it for Lynn Bowden. It's just a matter of Tua having the time to get that ball there. Let's run it. And let's run it slow. Bottom of the drop. Post pattern is open. Linebacker's not getting deep enough. But Tua's drifting right. He doesn't have the route combination. The route combination was to the wide side of the field. So let's see if he could have done anything different. Maybe a deeper drop. But we'll see how timing gets disrupted even when you have the perfect play call on. Let's put the man in motion so we can see the drop. Watch Ted Karras and watch Mo Hurst stunt. There's a play action, and Tua wants to get a drop because that's where the play side is coming, right? Now, he sees color, and he has to drift right, give himself some time. He doesn't have the post route anymore. It's too deep. It's an escape. Perfect play call, but Mo Hurst's rush onto it disrupted the timing of it and killed what was a perfect call on the first play of the game. All right, this is the same drive, and it's 3rd and 13, and the Dolphins are essentially in 11 personnel, but it's a 5-wide look. This is Gesicki. This is Myles Gaskin, and the Raiders are in dime defense. And not only do they have the correct personnel for this down, they have the perfect play call. It's a 3-man rush, and it's essentially a flood zone, but it's what we call a box zone occasionally. And let's just run the play so you could see what Tua sees at the snap. It looks like it's too deep. They're respecting any deep routes. They're guarding the sticks. And he's coming back, and it's a 3-man rush, right? And that's the bottom of his drop. The bottom of his drop, nothing really has developed yet except the safety valve, which is a little hitch by Myles Gaskin and a hook by Isaiah Ford. The threatening stuff is over here, right? Let's run it. And Tua steps into the pocket, and he tries to escape right away. There's nothing there. This is one of those where I'll teach you and I'll bring it back. When Tua sees this 3-man rush, he has to understand they're going to flood the middle, and they're going to have the safeties over the top. So what do you have? You have your 2 safety valves. He has to go with this right here. There's nothing else to get. There's just no time for it. Unless they put all 3 men on the ground, what is he going to do? So let's see when he steps up. If he can hold it right here, he still doesn't have anything. You would think he has his corner route. This safety's coming hot. This corner route is dead. He doesn't have the post, as Gesicki is essentially, as you can see right here, this is completely closed. This entire window is closed. This throwing lane is closed by these guys. So what do you really have? You don't have anything but the safety valve, which he can't get because now he's stepping up to his right. So he has to throw this ball right here. And essentially what's going to happen, Raiders got 1, 2, 3 near tacklers, and the sticks are right here. They would have stopped it. Perfect play call by the Raiders. And not a very good play call by the Dolphins, as there really was nothing to develop against that coverage. Maybe a crosser, maybe a screen, but not a fully developed route tree. Especially these two deep route combinations, one which is a flag and one which is a post. Both are running right into the teeth of the defense. This was not a good call for 3rd and 13. They needed to be. This is an instance where they really did need to be conservative. Run a screen. What's wrong with that? All right, this is 3rd and 9. Score 7-0. Raiders got a score. It's the first quarter. 7:28 left. And the Dolphins come out in 11 personnel. And Isaiah Ford is going to come in motion. And you're going to see something interesting. They have that ISO look with Mike Gesicki right here. And this is a pre-snap read that Tua's going to make. Let's put the man in motion. And he wants to see the reaction from the safeties. Nothing so far. You see that they're moving kind of to pick out their man. And what they're running is kind of like it looks like a flood, but it's not. Gesicki is going to run a post because he wants to have this safety involved. You don't want the safety drifting to the middle of the field, because what they're trying to do is trying to release another man deep on a flag, and then Jakeem is just going to hook right at the sticks. Let's watch the route tree develop so you could see what Tua sees. This play is designed to open up a throwing lane for a hitch to Jakeem. And you're going to see why that is so. And let's stop it right at the bottom of his drop. Right here. He has Lynn Bowden going to the boundary. Jakeem's hooking. And this man is holding the safety, which is Isaiah Ford. There's a step. Throw right into that pocket. That's a first down. Nice play by Jakeem to bounce out of 3 men, get upfield, and get 4 more yards. It's a good read. Nothing deep was available there. All right, it's 3rd and 8, 4:33 left in the first quarter, still 7-0. And the Dolphins come out in that 3-by-1 look that they like to run a lot. We're going to run a little bit quicker right here so let's get lined up. Let's get Jakeem in motion. And let's slow it down. Okay. And what they're going to do right here is they're going to have Mike Gesicki run a flag. All right. They're in 11 personnel, by the way. And Jakeem is going to go in motion, and he's going to run the underneath route, while Lynn Bowden is going to try to press the safety. But in my opinion, he does not get into his route quick enough. And Isaiah Ford is just going to run his man up. Now, what does this accomplish? Well, this really doesn't accomplish much, except you want to get Jakeem out in space. Raiders are showing a pressure. Tua Tagovailoa understands this, okay? And if he looks at his man, okay, which he wants. He knows that the shortest man is going to be Jakeem Grant on the crosser. If this guy comes, he's going to be a free rusher because the play is on this side, right? So they might even slide this way to pick up Arden Key coming off of this side because Tua needs this throwing lane to be able to throw the crosser, right? So let's run it slow to see what Tua sees. And as of right now, he knows at least 4 are coming, and it really does look like 5 because this man is not covering anybody. And they do slide, and let's see it right here. It's a 6-man pressure. Dolphins have 6 to block it. Myles Gaskin does a good job in picking up that blitzer. There's Tua at his drop. What does he really have? He's already releasing. He really doesn't have much right here. He has 2 things he can go to, okay? You got enough trust to throw the flag to Gesicki. Man's right on his hip, so I guess maybe you could trust him going deep. But he has a gimme right here. He has a perfect throwing lane for Jakeem. Let's see what happens. Throws it out in front. That's an easy first down, and who knows? Look at that sideline. Look at that sideline. But he bobbles it. By bobbling it, delays him catching it and getting upfield, and probably cost him a pretty big gain on this play. All right, here's a poor choice by Tua Tagovailoa, and I'm going to show you exactly what they run here. Mac Hollins is just, he doesn't matter here. He's running just a delay route and just trying to keep his man on this side of the field. And what they're doing is they're going to have like a run action where Salvon Ahmed is going to press the hole, and the play action is going to come right here, and it's a boot. And the wrinkle that they run on this boot is that they're gonna try to block this way, right? And what it's very important right here is that Durham Smith has to seal this so Tua can get out on the boot. Correct? Now, Lynn Bowden is going to release underneath and to the flat as Gesicki works his way up the field and to the sticks. Now, let's run it and let's watch the action. I'm going to run it slow so you can appreciate how well this is blocked, by the way, by Durham Smith. I'm running it slow so you can appreciate what the Raiders are doing. Raiders are in base, by the way. Here's the play action. Let's stop it. Everything they want to accomplish has worked so far. Durham Smith has this man sealed. This man's out going to be in the flat, but he's soon going to see Lynn Bowden out in his face. And that's going to keep him off of Tua Tagovailoa. He's trying to come off, but he sees that his man is releasing, so he has to come off. And there, he releases it short, throws the pass to the flat, but let's bring it back. And let's bring it back to the point where he's coming on the boot. As you can see, he's on the boot right here. And look at all of this space. Look at all of this space to throw the ball to. And Gesicki has his man beat. And look at this throwing lane. Completely open. This is one of those where you got to throw it. Now, he's thinking there's a man underneath, which is number 20. And that's why Tua's throwing it short. But you're going to see it on the boot from behind the play. How that's just not so. Let's run it a little bit faster. And here comes the boot. And let's see him coming out. There's 20 on underneath. He thinks he's out in front of Mike Gesicki, but he's not. He's coming shallow. If he puts it out toward the sideline, Gesicki gets there. And that's probably the better choice. Lynn Bowden makes a lot with little here. Not a terrible play by Tua Tagovailoa. Just, I think, is a poor choice because the play did pop for Mike Gesicki. All right, let's talk about the defense a little bit here, and let's give them a little love. This is perfect communication. This is as good as a defense can play. It's 3rd and 8. Score 7-3. It's the second quarter, 14-11 left. Now let's watch this, and let's run it a little slow so you can see what they're trying to design. Now watch Byron Jones, who comes into the slot and is now going to start identifying who has who. Tells Nick Needham, I got him inside, and Nick Needham points right back, right? But what they're going to do is very simple. And, you know, it's simple when you see it in action, but I almost want you to just see it, and I'm not going to explain it because, spoiler alert, this is excellent communication on this pressure. Let's run it slow. It's a blitz by Nick Needham. So on the switch release, what is Byron Jones going to do? He's going to get Nelson Aguilar. He's going to reroute him to the inside. And as you can see, Kyle Van Noy is already eyeballing that route tree, that route combination. This is man-to-man on the outside. Man-to-man on the outside. Byron Jones is going to pick up the switch, and he's going to stick with Hunter Renfrow, but he's passing off Nelson Aguilar. Who's going to pick him up? Kyle Van Noy is short. Brandon Jones is trying to get deep in case they run him deep. And this is one-on-one, Eric Rowe, Darren Waller. And the pressure is essentially a twist, but with a delay blitz on the outside. And watch how this thing gets there. It's a thing of beauty. Look at Van Ginkel push that left tackle right into Derek Carr's back. And there is nothing open downfield. Everything is covered. And they have defenders to spare. Sack. Let's watch it from behind the defense. From behind the offense. Watch Van Ginkel win here. Let's run a little faster here. And there's a snap. Here comes a delayed blitz right into Derek Carr's face. Now look what Nick Needham gets 23 out of the way. Great rush by Nick Needham. And Andrew Van Ginkel just won huge on that play. As you can see, Emmanuel Agba double teamed. Great job. Great job winning one-on-one. All right, it's 3rd and 5, second quarter, 12 minutes left, still 7-3. And we're running it. Let's run it a little bit faster here. And let me demonstrate what they're trying to do. This is a shot play that they called. It's the only shot play that they really called the entire first half, besides the first play from scrimmage, which was also a shot play. Since it was max protect, it was a 3-man route. And right here, what they're going to try to do is trying to get this man up. This Mike Gesicki is going to work the over as Lynn Bottom works the under. And this is also an out and up as the back releases into the flat. Now, Raiders are showing like a pressure, right? Like, looks something like this. This is Arden Key, by the way. He's important. They got a zero tech, and they got this man up in the line in the A gap, and he's also threatening a B gap blitz, and then they have the outside rusher. So it looks like it could be a 5-man pressure, as many as 6 in the box that can come. So Tua's thinking about, okay, what do I have that's hot? Well, he has the under route, he has the flat route, and it is 3rd and 5. So he has to be feeling pretty good about that. But let's see what happens. Tua recognizes the man in the B gap, and he now understands it's single high. But watch what happens right here. This is very tricky by Rob Marinelli. Look at 31. 31's backing off. And now it's looking like a 4-man rush with Arden Key in the B gap. And now 31 is bailing. And as soon as 31 bails, Tua has to understand he has to go here. Okay? If he has to go here and he's on the left hash, and when he saw this man up close, he had to have been thinking that he could get the go route up top. But now that 31 has bailed, he's completely come off of this route. So let's see what happens. It's a three-man rush. Very well disguised. Now look what's happening to Robert Hunt. He's getting pushed back into Tua, disrupting the timing. Let's bring it back right to the bottom of his drop, which is right here. The bottom of his drop, he really has nothing except wheeling around all the way to his last progression and trying to drop it into the bucket here. That's all he really has right there, because Robert Hunt is disrupting his timing by allowing to get pushed back into Tua, and now he's escaping. And that's a three-man rush against 5 blockers. Poor job by Robert Hunt right there. Gets Tua a little bit flustered off of his read and moving up into the pocket and trying to improvise. And then what does he have right now? Arden Key's coming up. And he's going to try to put a move on him. Maybe he could have ran to the sideline. As you can see, Isaiah Ford is calling for it. He can't make this pass. He's trying to make one man miss who's coming in hot. That bucket throw was there if the timing was not off. So he either has to run to the sideline, try to get this first down. He tries to make a completion. Takes a hit for it. Tries to get it to Lynn Bowden. He's off target with it. Gesicki on the over was completely covered. They had him high, they had him low. Now let's watch the timing of this from the backfield. So you can see if he could have gotten one of those 2 shot plays. And here he is. Let's see the bottom of the drop. He's looking to his right. There's the drop. And he already senses it. And he gets stumbled upon because Robert Hunt steps on him. Got to do a better job and pass protect right there. Especially when you have a shot play. All right, the score is 16-13. It's now the fourth quarter, and Ryan Fitzpatrick is now the quarterback. 6:34 left. And we're running it. And you're going to see something that they had not run all game. And this is something I haven't seen in weeks, really. But you're going to watch Mike Gesicki at the top of the screen. And he's going to come in motion. And this is just a design pass. As soon as they lined up, and that man went over with Gesicki, he knows it's man. This is a man beater. And I'm going to tell you what they're going to do. They're going to run Gesicki in motion. And he's going to run the crosser. As they're going to try to get an inside release with Isaiah Ford up the field. And that should widen the single high. They got the perfect coverage for the perfect route. That's where the ball's going. It's a design pass. Now, Raiders are bringing pressure. So how do you remedy that? Get the ball out quick. Take your drop and be decisive. One read only. Let's run it slow so you can see it. Conceivably, Matt Collins at the top could be an idea. It's just no time. It's 5-man pressure. And that ball is gone. And you see, look at this throwing lane. All of this space right here for Gesicki to run underneath it and catch it. And run with it. Good spacing. Great play call. Against the perfect defense. They run man. You run Gesicki across. Let's watch it from behind the defense to see what Fitzpatrick is looking at. Five-man pressure. Essentially gets picked up. Crosby's in on Fitzpatrick. Good job by Eric Flowers getting a hand on him. But that ball was gone. One read. Design pass. All right, this is the very, very next play. And Rob Marinelli had gotten into a rhythm of playing man and playing single high against Fitzpatrick and try to bring pressures. He's trying to get him and trying to bait him into certain throws. But Ryan Fitzpatrick's having none of it. He's going for it. He's just going for it. And you're gonna see what they run here. It's the most aggressive play call of the day, and I'm gonna draw it up for you. You're gonna have a delay release by Isaiah Ford, and it's up. This safety has a world of stuff coming at him. And then you have Mac Hollins going up as well, as you're going to have Isaiah Ford on the under route, crosser, and then Gaskins is going to release and also get into the short zone right here. The key to all of this is that this safety right here is being targeted with this route, as they're going to send Gesicki right up the seam. Now let's run it, and let's see how the Raiders defend it. Not well is the answer, but we're going to run it slow. And it looks like a 4-man pressure and man-to-man. Trying to get tricky with the safeties, but Fitzpatrick knows, and this is important. And we'll wait for the snap, and I'll stop it. As they showed a different look, right? And now it's too deep, right? But they're wide because there's a wide man here, and Fitzpatrick understands that he has a man running a go route on this side. So if he sees this safety coming toward the hash, he's going deep over here. If the safety stays true to defending this deep pass, he's going right down the seam to Gesicki, because all of this is open for Gesicki to run. Let's watch it. And Fitzpatrick is getting good protection here, and he's bouncing, and he's going to set. No hesitation. Linebacker did not get deep enough. Gesicki with the catch. And he's down to the 2-yard line. Great play call. Even better when you get the exact coverage you wanted. All right, the score is now 22-16, and this is yet another design pass, and you know what's coming. And what they're doing right here is that they're going to run a hitch right here, and then they're going to run somebody to the flag, and they're going to essentially do the same thing here. But what they're going to do right here on this side, and by the way, this is Mike Gesicki, okay, who's going to release over the middle. But what they're trying to do right here is trying to get an inside release, not to create confusion, but maybe a switch, and try to leave this part of the field completely open with Myles Gaskin and the ball, who's probably their best open field runner at this point. So as they get the inside release, they're trying to get a switch, and then they're going to run delayed route with Myles Gaskin across. And that ball has to be on time. As soon as he delays and comes across, that ball is supposed to be on time right here. Should give him room to run, especially against single high. Raiders really seem to cooperate, let's say, with some of these play calls. So let's run it, and let's see what happens. This is essentially one read stuff. Fitzpatrick basically has it on both sides, but he's coming right here. There's the delay, and he's decisive. One read, and it's to Myles Gaskin. Raekwon McMillan has him dead to rights, right? Right there's a 6-yard gain. Broken tackle. Now look at Gesicki. Look at Gesicki get that block. That block springs him. And then Mac Hollins blocks 2 guys. And Myles Gaskin is now down the sideline, and now it's a foot race. These guys know. These guys know we just scored. Touchdown. Dolphins take the lead. Of course, there's some more drama coming right here. But let's watch this play from behind. And it's a one read. It's a one read play because you can see it right away. Fitzpatrick's going that way. He got the look he wanted. He got the inside release. And he's throwing it. And Myles Gaskin right here makes Raekwon McMillan miss. And he says, wait a minute, I got blockers to the outside. Gesicki's going to pick up Abrams right here. Good block. Matt Collins has one. Matt Collins gets Abrams also. Great block again. And now Myles Gaskin is down the sideline. And he's going to score. Trayvon Mullen can't get there. Can't get there. Has a lot of speed. Myles Gaskin's faster than I thought. Great play. That was all Myles Gaskin on a design pass. All right, there's 19 seconds left. Score is now 25-23 Raiders. Dolphins got the ball at their own 25-yard line, and it's pretty dire straits, right? But what they call is kind of interesting because it's two deep zone, right? It's two deep zone. And what are the Dolphins calling? It's basically all go routes. You got Matt Collins running a go up here. They're going to keep in Myles Gaskin to block what looks like four rushers. And then it's just, they're going to try to do some type of little switch release right here, but it doesn't really matter. We know what it is. It's all goes, right? And theoretically, Ryan Fitzpatrick, what he should be looking at right here is he should be looking at trying to get this man right here because he's the widest on the field. Safety is on the hash. You're on the left hash. He's almost hugging the right hash. And you're running two guys deep on him. So what they're trying to do here is essentially trying to get a pass interference penalty or a one-on-one deep. And Fitzpatrick manages to pick the route where a busted coverage came. And let's see if he even sees it. But let's run it really, really slow. And here it is. And as you can see right here, here's the release on Trayvon Mullen. And that's probably where he has to go with it. But he's getting hit, and he's throwing it into a pocket. Now, why is Matt Collins behind him? Let's watch it again. Okay, since it is too deep. Let's watch it again. If the back release is usually, you can roll up on that. But not in this instance, you have to run with it. It's a busted coverage. You know, Fitzpatrick actually sees it. You can see he actually sees it. And he's going to throw it there. And maybe with better timing, who knows what kind of gain it is. But he still manages to get it there. And it's a completion. And they get a penalty, as you're going to see right here. Looks like it's a four-man pressure. Arden Key's picked up well there by Eric Flowers. Patrick. There it is. Arden Key gets the 15-yard penalty. That's going to be tacked on. And that ball manages to drop right into Matt Collins' hands. A 15-yard penalty added on to that. They run a rollout to kill about 6 seconds more, and they set up Jason Sanders, and Jason Sanders kicks them into 10-5.